you can work with these problems and come up with a risk, and then do what to mitigate the risk, and for what, how much. And another one is eco risk. Ecological risk is very new. We had a assistant professor from Air Force University, Air War University, actually Professor Gene Spafford, the CERIAS director, is a board member, and he's also going to be board member on our informatics institute. These people are very much interested in eco risk. So I came up with this new idea of eco risk. Well, how can you do the tree diagram? So I'll show you some of these examples. Not all of them are, but now the rest, the new ones, the usability and as well as wireless is pending. Okay, well, if you can email me for further questions, scientific contributions are always welcome. You can all discuss about these. Now I'm going to come out of here and then go to my demos. All right, so hopefully this will work. I have a the security A version that I'll first demo here today is going to be built on all the stuff that I just showed you, and actually I have let's see, if we start with 4:30, 20 minutes, I will do this in 15 minutes on the first part, and then another 15 minutes in the latest version of the demo, where you keep preserve your privacy of the company. So I want to give you this first. You know, when you have a lot of good data, input data, then you are, with more data, you can do more things. But if you don't have data, what do you do? So here we're going to start from the most informative, data-wise, to least informative. So there are times when you can go, like in the example of University of Virginia Computer Center, okay, where I had the results. You remember I had 35.35 for vulnerability, 0.26 vulnerability, 2.39 V3. So if I carry on with all these values that I have, and $8,000 total, all right, then I can come up with this results table, and 26% if you remember, and I can optimize this, all right, as I've done before. Well, it's thinking I shouldn't do that. It's got stuck somewhere. Okay, I don't know why it's doing this. Are you also seeing the sand clock? Yep. Yeah, and it shouldn't do the sand clock because it's not a good sign. I'm not supposed to have that. So in a different environment, the what? I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, well, we're not supposed to have this. Send. We're not supposed to have this because it's not letting me do anything now. All right. I have to log off and come back. Sorry about that. It's just beyond my control. But all right. Oh, good. We're back to business. All right. Okay. So all the things I've shown you by now on the slides, I can do these things like in the security program here, demo. But so you can see that direct, sample, and sim, the first three. Those are numerical inputs. If you have the numerical inputs, you can put them and enjoy them, and either simulation, lower and upper values, or you can either do sample. Like with sample is you can work retroactively. Suppose you had 100. So suppose you had 100 attacks. 98 of them were denials. 2 of them were like penetrations. 98 saves, 2 crashes. So you can go backwards, and by all this information, you can find the results, and then for 940 total attacks, this is the model. But your company may say, well, we're not planning, but we're anticipating to have 1,500 attacks next year. So then if you click this, you will see the other 1,500, how many of them will come where, which attacks will be where, and how many saves, how many crashes. So build on the same model, and I can still do the same work. Now, all right. Why would it do that? Why would it just use do the send clock? I don't know, but it's not supposed to do it. Okay. All right. Let me go to. Chris, why would it do it?
Is this running over the web? Is this supposed
no,
to be running over network?
It's not running over the net. It's running in my computer program,
okay.
And it's self-sufficient with Java Runtime 5.
Yeah.
Okay, but it shouldn't do this. Why would it do that? Is it connected to the power? Yes. All right. Okay, let me come to the questions, and if I can click this. All right, now this time, if I don't have any numerical data to begin with, all right, statistically speaking, statisticians always prefer more data than less data because of information content. Our engineers call it, also Shannon's information. So you have a lot of information, you use it. If you don't have the information, if the end user, common user at the end of the line doesn't know what an upper lower bound is and what is, what all these vulnerabilities and all that stuff. So what do you do now? Then, well, you go to you select the load. I mean, so what you do is you start asking questions to people. So so I'm going to start the security. You remember this security diagram I had? Network, environment, hardware. I also had web applications. I don't have time for the web applications, but let's have these 3 vulnerabilities. And so I'm sitting here, at my house, and I want to know what security risk measure I have for my computer that I'm using, and I can go ahead and answer these questions. Suppose that I don't have time to do that all that, but suppose it has been done for you before. Okay, so I've clicked all these, and I asked the person, does the computer take a long time to boot or shut down? Yes, I click. And then you also have a confidence question. Do you think you have a hard drive crash threat for hardware vulnerability? Confidence, if it's full, if you have full confidence, that's a threat. You put 10. If in the middle, you put 5. So again, instead of you giving me data, I am extracting it from you by force, by asking questions. Okay, so let's continue with this. And I have no idea why sand clock is just there. Keep going. All right. And suppose that I answered all these questions for you. You answered it for me or for yourself. At the end, I'm using criticality 1, and equipment cost could be 1,000, but for the job you're doing, you may lose a ripple effect, a shadow cost of 7,000, a total of 8,000. All right. So you're losing $4,900. Well, in the end, you have a 61% risk. Now, this is elaborated. But it's what came out. That's 61, and people. I have known people who told me, yes, I have 60% risk. So what's going to happen? Don't worry, he said. And these students next day they came to me. They told me they had a crash because they didn't have firewalls, and so it's like it was an indication for them. So I optimized this. I want to go from 61% down to, say, 30%. All right. I okay this. with my Sun clock. And then I come up with an advice list